5 Hong Kong activists are being held in Okinawa for questioning. Police arrested them on Wednesday for illegally entering Japanese territory. 14 intruders had entered Japanese waters by boat. Okinawa police arrested 5 on Uotsuri, one of the Senkaku Islands. The Japan Coast Guard captured the other 9 aboard their boat. The Coast Guard vessel brought the 5 arrested activists Thursday morning to Naha port. The activists claimed they didn't need passports because the islands are Chinese territory. The other 9 activists will arrive in Naha soon after.
The activists shouted anti-Japan slogans as they were taken for questioning. On Wednesday, a boat carrying the campaigners was closely tailed by the Japanese Coast Guard, but activists managed to break through. The incident coincides with the anniversary of Japan's surrender in World War II.
Huge amount of the tension raising going on between these two countries. I mean, of course, historically, the two countries sit ill at ease with each other since the end of the Second World War, and this perceived lack of Japan making any kind of sufficient apology to China for atrocities committed during World War II. But things have been exacerbated by the tensions over this island. China's Deputy Foreign Minister has described the situation as raising tensions to what she says is a new high. I think that translates in English to a new low, which gives you a real sense of just how much of a diplomatic standoff is going on between these two countries. Both of them want these territory, and particularly the Japanese at the moment, with its own nuclear power issues going on in its own backyard post the Fukushima nuclear disaster of last year. These islands are said to be rich in natural gas.
Chinese demonstrators have protested outside Japan's consulate in Hong Kong, angry at the arrest of 14 compatriots on islands claimed by both countries. It's the latest example of deteriorating relations between Japan and its Asian neighbours. The activists planted a Chinese flag on one of the islands.
I feel very angry and I find this very unacceptable. We have 3 requests. We request the Japanese government to release our Hong Kong citizens immediately. Second, get away of our land. Third, apology to all the Chinese people in the world.
The mini invasion is a reminder of how history continues to sour relations between the two countries. The Japanese made a strong protest to the Chinese ambassador in Tokyo. The Chinese demanded the immediate and unconditional release of the detainees.
The protesters were arrested by Japanese police on the islands, which are known as Senkaku in Japanese but Diao in Chinese. Beijing has demanded their immediate release.
We have just lodged our complaint via diplomatic channels in both China and Hong Kong. As directed by the Prime Minister, we will be coordinating with the various ministries to caution, monitor and deal with them under Japanese law.
This isn't the only territorial dispute Japan is embroiled in. To the north, it's laying a claim to the Kuril Islands held by Russia. But it's facing another challenge from South Korea for its ownership of the Takeshima archipelago, known as Dokdo in Korean. A group of 40 Korean relay swimmers arrived there as their country celebrated the anniversary of its liberation from Japanese colonial rule.
It was dangerous, but thinking of Dokdo and of our country, we were able to overcome everything.
The South Korean President Lee Myung-bak visited the islands earlier in the week, which prompted Tokyo to recall its ambassador to Seoul. But these regional tensions aren't just about national sovereignty. The islands are thought to be sitting on rich deposits of natural gas.